3 ways we can create a better relationship with money. I'm Lisa, Love and Marriage Guide, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 ways that we can create a better relationship with money. And I'm going to teach you an exercise to help you with this. The last thing that I'm going to mention is going to be, it's going to be part of the last thing that I mention. And then I'm also going to, after that, let you know about a workshop that I'm doing. So if you don't want to hear about that, you can just cut off early. I'll give you a warning when that comes up. Because I know some people don't like when people try to sell them things. It's something that I'm offering, so I'm not trying to sell you anything, but it is something, if you're interested in, that you could participate in, and it does involve money. So I just wanted to warn you that up front, because I know I hate that too, when people tell you something and then they try to sell you something and you did not expect that. I don't like that either. So just warning you, so you can cut off early before that happens if you want. And anyway, I'm giving you some steps here, so you don't necessarily need that. It's just if you wanted to, and if you're near where I'm going to be. Okay, so enough about that. Number 1, we can be more conscious about our spending. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm interested in this. Like I said, I'm Lisa, Love and Marriage Guide. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I've always been interested in relationships. Primarily couple relationships and love, but all relationships, because the way that we relate to life is the way that we relate to our parents. And we apply all of those beliefs that we have about relationships to our life. So my life has been dedicated to understanding how to create better relationships. So that's what I do. So I want to talk about money, because that's something that I have struggled with, is creating a good relationship with money. So I've been lately exploring, how can I have a better relationship with money? So we can be more conscious of our spending. We can create a journal where we can track patterns. So what are we spending our money on? And what is that telling us about ourselves? What's important to us? So sometimes we spend money on things like, I spend a lot of money on, I love going thrifting with my daughter, just finding really fun clothes, and because then I can clothes help you express yourself, I think. So I love buying new clothes, but I like to buy them cheap too. It's fun for me. It's like a sport, finding cheap, fun clothes that are different. And so thrifting is a way that I spend a lot of my money. So that's okay for me, because it's not a lot of money and I get to express myself that way. So, but sometimes we spend money on things that we really don't need. I found myself spending a lot of money on coffee at one point, going to expensive coffee shops and spending money on coffee. And if that's important to you, then that's something that you can budget into your budget. But if it's reflecting something else, I always need something, I need to fill this space, then that might be something that you want to explore and see if you can meet that need in a different way. So just keeping a journal and kind of tracking and understanding what's important to you and what is the underlying need. Can you meet it in a different way that doesn't require you spending money? So that's number 1. Number 2 is we can be grateful for what we have. And that means material and non-material. Right now I'm spending a lot of time with my family, and I'm so, so grateful for my family. And also the beautiful environment that we're in. Half of my family is Mexican, and so we are in Mexico now, and it's beautiful here. I love Mexico. I love the people. I love the weather. I love the culture and the beauty and the little details, the colors. I love Mexico, and I love the Mexican people. Of course, people are people, everybody's different, but basically the culture of Mexico. So I'm really, really appreciating that in my Mexican family right now, how they all work together and they take care of each other. Um, and they spend time together. They really value spending time together. We play dominoes together. So when I'm here and I'm doing that, I'm not feeling like I need anything else. I'm feeling content. I'm feeling gratitude. And so I'm creating a positive cycle. So when I talk about cycles, I think about thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and then how they're reflected back to us. So for an example, when I feel grateful and content, I don't feel like I need to go out and buy anything. I'm happy right now where I'm at. I don't need anything. And so then when I don't spend money on anything, I have more money, and then I can pay my bills, and I feel like I can meet my needs. And when I can feel like I meet my needs, I feel safe. I feel like everything's going to be okay. So it creates this very positive cycle. And then the third one is the one that I'm going to share how to do this too. So I'm going to give you a little exercise to do this. You really got that with the first one too, because if you do start a journal, you can use some of the prompts that I gave you for your journal. Okay, so number 3 is we can do a family constellation. And if you don't know what family constellations are, you might look it up. It's very difficult to explain. It's something that you really just have to experience. But I have found them very powerful. I love doing them in a group of people. But you can also, I love also doing them individually with people. And I use paper to represent family members or concepts or constructs. And in this particular one, we're going to use money. So, family constellations help us explore hidden dynamics involved in relationships that we carry from past generations. So we can do family constellations with money to help us explore and examine patterns that have been passed down by family throughout family generations. For example, in my family history, not my family of origin, but going back a generation, men were not reliable. They left, and they left women by themselves, and then women had to do everything. They had to make money, they had to take care of the children, and that's an impossible task. I think we all know we struggle to do that. Women struggle to do that, and we do the best that we can, but it's hard, and we never feel like we're getting it right. And fortunately, I've been able to create something different in my family that I created. But I was carrying those patterns still, and I didn't even realize it till I had this conversation with my husband, where I realized that I was carrying this belief that I needed to do everything by myself, and that I couldn't rely on him. And once I realized that, I was able to say, oh, that's really not true. I can let that go. I have a partner here, and we can work together. So what you can do as an exercise is you can write down your name, and then you can write down money on 2 separate pieces of paper. And then what you do is you place them on the floor in a space where you feel like they are in terms of each other. So you might feel like the money paper is right in front of you. You might feel like it's really far away. And there might be other things that come into play too. Like, what are some other things that maybe might come up when money comes up? Like emotional stability, financial stability. Maybe men come up for you. Maybe your father comes up for you. And then you could do another paper and put that in. And then what you do is you stand on the paper and you just kind of feel into it. And what kind of feelings, thoughts, sensations come up for you. And then you might want to say something. Something might come to you, and you might want to talk to one of the other papers. Like, you might want to talk to money. Money might want to say something to you. And you just explore and examine these patterns, and then you can move them as you feel like they're moving. Like, if you feel like you can move the money closer to you, you can move it closer to you and see how that feels. So this is something that I'm going to be doing. And here's the part where I'm going to try to sell you something. So if you don't want to hear that part, you can just click off now. But I'm going to be doing Creating a Better Relationship with Money, a 4-part series with Libby Wamser at Salon Meta in Hamden, Connecticut. And we're going to start this January 10th. It's going to be Wednesdays from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's going to be four Wednesdays from January 10th to the end of January, January 31st. And we're just going to focus on a different topic each week. And we're going to be doing an activity. One of them will be a family constellation. So if you're interested in this, it's only $30 a session. And it should be a really good group, and I'm really excited about it. And you can sign up at salonmetact.com. So that's Salon, SalonMettact.com. And so this is in Hamden, Connecticut in the US. So if you are not in that area, right now I'm not doing anything online. It will just be in person. But you can message me and I will try to see if you're interested in doing something like that. I might be able to do something online in the future. So thank you and good luck. And this is one of my New Year's intentions. I don't set resolutions, I do intentions. And I would like to help you with it if it's something that you're interested in too. So thank you for listening. And if you like this video, please subscribe or like or whatever it is that you need to do to let me know. Thanks.